Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episode, we headed into Ferris Island, home to apparently some of Guy's neighbors in his past life. And we made it through a pretty fair bit of it, not all of it, but we got through a pretty good bit of the island. In this episode, well, we're actually doing what I've been meaning to do for ages, which is go to all the search points and find all the nifty stuff. Yeah, I've been meaning to do this for a while, I'm just now getting around to it, so mea culpa. I am not going to be doing any plot stuff in this episode. I am simply going to be going to all the search points and collecting items. This will include search points that I have already been to, so I'm going to be reposting some old information. That's okay. I figure you'll want to see it all put together, just in case you're interested in that sort of thing. So, our first search point actually is a new one, so I'm going to go ahead and land there. There are a couple of search points that I'm going to point out in particular, because they will supply stuff that you need for a side quest that I'm going to be doing basically at the end of the next episode, I think. Depends on how long that one takes. But what I'm really going to be doing is I'm just going to go around to all the search points here, starting out, of course, no, I don't want to jump, thank you. Starting out in the north, basically Rupnikan area, and we're going to be flying around catching all the search points in this continent first. Then we're going to move over to the Caledonia continent, move over here to Bicals, hit Sheridan, and then finish up by hitting Doth and Ketterberg and then the island. So that's pretty much what we're going to do. It is basically the course that I take when I go on search point runs, which I will do more toward the end of the game, because that's when you really want to start thinking about getting the game's best items and getting a lot of the best stuff that you can pick up while you're there. Alright, so that next search point is right by the Cheagle Woods, which is where we are right now. Next up, we basically just moved down the coast. The Cheagle Woods point you've seen before. This one you will have seen as well, which is right here by the beach, just east of, it's sort of diagonal to Engave and St. Vina. You'll want to pick that one up. Note that the giant fishbone is something you're going to need for a side quest coming up as well. So if you've got one, hang on to it. If you don't, it would be in your best interest to go ahead and get one. Okay, next up, we're going to head down to the search point close to the Fubris River. We've already seen that one too, so again, that's not new. But you'll definitely, if you're search point running, obviously you're going to want to go to this one too. Alright, so this is search point number 4 in the list that I have. Okay, let's see. Next up, there's a couple of them I want to visit over here to the east. Now, I will note there are a couple of other search points in the area where we started that I'm not really going to worry about. The two up closest to Grand Kokma are, one of them had the all-purpose knife that we got out of the Theor Forest. The other one had the updated flight stone that we got out of Mushroom Road. The third one that we're not going to worry about is search point 19 south of Theor Forest. That is home to the God, I can think of his name, Sword Dancer. Any other day of the week, I could think of it immediately. But that's home to Sword Dancer. That one goes away after a set amount of time, so be sure to get it as close to getting out of Ketterberg as you can. Of course, this is a regular search point. This search point that you see lit up over here is a little bit unusual, because it is one of the search points for the seed side quest, the Engave Farm side quest we're going to be doing soon. For whatever reason, though, it continues to stay lit up. It will respawn its seeds. I'm not really sure why. It's a little weird, but anyway, okay, we've got that taken care of. The last search point we have actually down here is another seed search point. I'll fly by it, but we're not really going to concern ourselves with it. It is a search point. It should be right around here somewhere. Oh, yeah, there you are. It's right here, close to the port. And it's, like I said, it's a seed side quest. It's easy enough to pick up when you're on your way, actually, to the port. So, not really that big of a deal. Okay, now let's see, on the Caledonia continent, I want to go back up here for a minute, because actually the couple of search points that are to the north, or on the north side of the Caledonia continent, we have not actually seen yet, so I want to do that next. I will note also, I am going to switch titles on Natalia for hitting this search point, and also one of the others on Caledonia on the the desert part of the Caledonia continent, because there's an item I want to make sure I get from those for the side quest that we're about to do, which is, by the way, the third side quest for blacksmith. Out of this search point, which is search point 11, let's see, we make sure, yeah, I'm in the right spot. Let me go ahead and switch the title. Natalia, I want her with... Okay, yeah, I want her with the Labyrinth subtitle, or title for this one, because I want to make sure I get a Libavius ore. Or Sacred Tree. No, that's it. Okay, I wanted to get a Sacred Tree out of this one. Libavius ore is going to be in search point 16. Now, the Labyrinth Princess, as I mentioned before, ups the ability, or ups the chance of you to get high value, not highest, but high value search objects by 80%. So if you want to focus your results in that way, that's a really good way to do it. And I recommend you use those titles to get them. One of the titles we actually have not gotten yet, we are actually going to get it after we open up all of the search points, which we will, of course, be doing here. This is another one of the seed spots. If you want to pick it up, go ahead. If you don't want to, I don't think you absolutely have to pick that one up, but I'd recommend while you're flying around, you might as well go ahead and do it anyway. All right, we've got 3 search points over here on the desert part of the Caledonia continent. This one's kind of staring you in the face a little bit. Let's see, I want to make sure of something before I grab this one, though. Let me peek over on my notes just a moment. Okay, all right. So I was remembering correctly, the search point where I want to get Libavius ore is search point 16. Now you notice we are picking up a lot of the same items in regards to the different desert areas, so not a big surprise there, really. Okay, let's see, where's my... There you are, all right. Now, one other thing I will mention, for the third blacksmith quest, you will also want to see about picking up a Navamedal from this one, from search point 6. Now, I'm probably not going to get it in this run, and no, I didn't, all right. Now, with the title that we will pick up, you'll have a much better chance of getting it, so if you don't get it this time, don't worry yourself too much. It shouldn't be that big of an issue. You can get it a little bit later. Now, this search point here, if you have the flight stone that you get out of the Mushroom Road, you actually can go ahead and reference this search point without fear of getting caught by those winds. So you definitely want to do that, and I got my Libavius ore without even trying. Sweet. Okay, that's good. I'm glad I did. Otherwise, I'd have been a little ticked off with myself. All right, so now that we've gotten those 3, let's move on down to Bical. And we have a search point which I don't think we have opened up before. I don't quite recall, to be quite honest. So, I mean, it's good we're doing it just in case we haven't. All right, this one over here is actually just south of Bical itself, so it's not really too far off, but it's kind of tricky to land there, so that's not going to help. Okay, inch a little further forward. There we go. Okay. All right, grab you. And I'm getting a lot of the same crap. Ugh. Yeah, this is not working out very well. All right, the next one, let's see. Let's go up here north of Inista Marsh, basically, is another one. I think it is a seed point. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a seed point. I don't remember if we've gotten it, though. So let me peek over this way. Okay, we have gotten it because it's already closed up. All right. The next search point we need to worry about is down here, actually just south of Belkin and Belkin's Port. It's a little hard to see unless you're sort of flying around the area to try to find it. So pardon me, let me look around here, make sure I'm not missing it. I don't think I have quite yet, but I want to be certain before I move forward. This is one, is it right there? Yeah, there it is, okay. You notice the way that one's set up. It's a little tough to see some of its circles, so you're going to have a hard time trying to find it if you don't really know where it is. Ooh, Linkite Nut's a good one. Yellow Pigment's a good one. Okay, not too bad. Now, speaking of tough search points to find, you're going to find some tough ones over on the Sheridan continent as well. I don't remember the official names of the search point or of the continent, so I just call them by their city names. All right, now this one, and with virtually all of them, you cannot get to them until after you get the flight stone out of Mushroom Road, so another motivation to do that side quest. But it is another seed. I don't think one you overly need for the Engave Farm quest, but, you know, you should go ahead and pick it up anyway. Now, what's really going to be tough is finding these other 2 over here. These are always these are ones that I always have issues trying to locate, and I'm, never mind, having a good time finding them. Okay, this one's pretty tough, so you might want to kind of make a note of it if you're following along with this, just so that you can have it there. Oh, well, good. Meteorite fragment's good anyway. Now, there is a search point that I'm not going to go to that's north of Sheridan. That one has one of the seed items as well, so just something to note. And I think, actually, let me pull this skit up just a second. Okay, yeah, I think that quest actually, or that skit, actually signified that we've opened up all of the search points, or that I have anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and tour the rest of them anyway, just to show you where they are, just in case you haven't seen them before. Now, this other one's a little tough to find too, so... And of course, good God, oh, these are tough to find, and then suddenly, there I am. But yeah, once you open up all the search points, it's pretty much going to tell you. It's going to give you the notification, I think with that skit, that you have found them all. And in that case, you have a title waiting for you in Caledonia. We will see that when we finish up. Alright, we've gotten all the search points we need to here. Now let's head up to Doth, where we have, I think, another seed point, as well as a regular search point too. And I will actually, let's see, I'll actually go ahead and go get the island one while we're here too, so that all we will have left is the two up by Ketterberg that we haven't gotten yet. Okay, let's see, yeah, there's our search point here. Let me go ahead and drop by that. And I would recommend, I guess really as far as, and then to wit on the question, how is the best way to go about doing this the quickest? I would say probably your best way to do this fast, okay, and I've already gotten that one, is really probably to just go ahead and warp to all of them, autopilot to all of them. I have done this to where I've flown around and just gone to all of them like I'm doing now, and then I've done some of them where I've just warped straight to them, and I think warping is faster, because we've gone about 12 minutes already, and we're through with most of them, but we're not through with all of them quite yet. Usually it takes me about 10 minutes to do a warp run, and that's a pretty good amount of time. You can actually get a lot out of those 10 minutes in terms of just sheer value in relation to search points and etc. So it's definitely, if you're up for that sort of thing, I would encourage you to go ahead, if you're playing through, what I would do, especially once you get the refined flight stone and you've got the shield to where you can go literally everywhere in Aldrant, what I would do is, if I were playing, I would probably, every time I load up a save, if I'm on the world map, I would just go ahead and do a search point run or two. You know, just, like I said, maybe take you 20, possibly 30 minutes at the longest, and once you do that, you're pretty much good to go as far as materials go. And then you can store them at dens. You can either go ahead and use them to build whatever you need to, or you can save them and then have den make something bigger. If you're looking to complete your item, if you're going for item collector, I would definitely recommend you save them up and go for some of the biggest items first. Along with that, what I would also recommend is that not only do you do that, but you also keep one of your extremely valuable, your highest value items available at all times. Well, not at all times, but until you can make some of the best items. Main reason for that is when you are asked to make the top flight items, you are going to need one of those highest value items to give the crafter, or to give Den basically to make that. Once you get that done, you're good to go. You don't even actually have to pay money for the item. You just have to give them that high value item and you are done. And speaking of done, so are we. So let's go ahead and head over to Caledonia now that we've gotten all of the search points. By the way, the last search point in the Ketterberg continent is home to the refined flight stone, the last flight stone you can get. So that's pretty much that. But once we have that in here, I am going to go turn in all my items, and we are actually going to pick up that title. So you can see what the title is, and I can tell you a little bit about it. Let's see. Okay. I wasn't sure if the scene would come up immediately or not, so mea culpa. But you notice what we got out of this, and I had done, I think, 1 or 2 search point runs prior to this, so I had a little bit of stuff built up, but not very much. This, we got all of this out of that, so go us, I guess. Okay, let's see. Coral, I don't have to worry about. Giant shell, I don't have to worry about really keeping any of this. Let's see. Okay. I'm curious to see what items I can make once I turn all this in. Okay, bearskin, scorpion stinger, I don't have to worry about that. Okay, phantom fish, blah, 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 gold dust. Okay, I do need to keep one of the giant fish bones. And I don't need to worry about the gold ore. Okay, claw of shadow, song water, dragon fang, meteorite fragment, clothing material. I want to keep the labavius ore, the phantom vegetable, black pearl. I want to keep the sacred tree. And then the third item I need for the blacksmith quest is the Nava metal, which I don't have. So, okay, I think that'll do for now. Yes, give me the monies! And we can make gel. Good God, okay. Nah, we won't. Let's see what all else it opens up, though, just out of curiosity. Oh, it opens a lot of stuff. And some pretty good stuff, actually. Okay, now, I should have... Maybe I need to go back in and do this. Let me check. If it ends up I don't get the title, then I will check and see what happened, but I should get that title now. Because I've gotten all of those items. Maybe I can't get it until a little bit later. Oh well. At any rate, that's where I'll go ahead and close things off, and next time on Tales of the Abyss, we will be back in Ferris Island, and we will go ahead and finish it out. So, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later. Hey guys, actually a little addendum. I forgot with the title, getting Natalia's title, you actually have to equip a title of hers before you get it, so mea culpa. In order to get the title, once you get all of the search points, equip her Curious Princess title, then you go in, and I believe you have to make her the on-screen character as well, so let me do that just in case. Then you talk to her. Here we go. Den, look! What is it? We've searched the entire world. We entered everything onto our map. Wow, you're something else, Nat. That's my curious cat for you. Now, Nat, you need a new form to explore new horizons. Abracadabra, metamorpho! What? Take that! Ah! Oh God, I can't go that high. Woohoo! Oh God, I can't do that either. Wow. Nat, you look fabulous. Don't startle me like that. If you're going to give me clothes, say so first. Presents are all about the surprise. In next week's episode, traveling adventure girl Natalia's rampage begins. I'm a little unsettled by your use of the word rampage. Now, if you'll go on to, bring me tons of trade items, I'll be happy, you'll be happy, the mouse is mappy, and the cats will be nappy. There's something else that's unsettling. Like what? The way you talk. It's been bothering me this entire time. Why do you talk like that? Nat, the reason for that is simple. It's because the first thing a merchant presents to customers is her words. That's why? Yes, by talking strangely on purpose, I make a megaton impacture. I see. Now that we've cleared that up, go out there and start your grand fantastic trade item quest adventure. Right. And we get the Adventurous Princess title, which ups the value of getting the highest value trade items, ups that chance by 80%. So go for it and search plenty of search points. Okay, now I'm officially done. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.